Hello guys, welcome back to another video from Heatwave. Today I'm continuing my X-Men 97 Season 1 rewatch. Today I'm doing Season 1, Episode 3. Damn, this was such a cool episode, bro. We got the second Jean. We got Mr. Sinister. We have Storm, who is probably gonna get her powers back. We got some background info on Morph. We got some info on Logan and Jean and the relationship. And then we also have their son, Nathan, who got exposed to a biovirus, like a computer virus. It's so cool. This episode is so hectic. So much happens in this episode, and let's just talk about it. So first of all, at the end of the last episode, we saw there was a second Jean. Now in the beginning of this episode, Beast goes and does a DNA check on him, and he puts some stuff there, and he sees that the second Jean who came in is the original, and the Jean who just got the baby Nathan with Cyclops. So the Jean who is with the X-Men, who has been with the X-Men, is fake Jean. And that Jean we see is actually from Mr. Sinister. So I'm just gonna go storyline through storyline because there's a few stuff happening at the same time. So then Jean gets mad that she is exposed, but she doesn't know that she's from Mr. Sinister. So then she hears a voice and she asks, "Who are you?" And then Mr. Sinister says, "You know who I am." Then her eyes turn green and she just turns into pure evil. The entire X mansion just goes rampage. Everything is like flying, everything is attacking them. There's animals, and all of the characters see their scary past, which they do not want to face. We see like Morph, and then Rogue and Magneto, we see they have a really big bond because they're always with each other, but we don't have a scene between the two of them. But we hear that they really have a big connection between the two of them. And also that Gambit is not happy with that because Gambit is in love with Rogue, but Rogue is hanging out a ton with the new boss in town, Magneto, and Gambit does not like that. So then they continue, and then everybody meets up, and then they talk about what happened, and then we see that it was the evil Jean. They figured out that it was the evil Jean, and then they are going after her. So they go after Mr. Sinister because Mr. Sinister Jean also took Nathan, the baby of Cyclops and real Jean. So they have Nathan. So the X-Men go after Nathan, and they try to save Nathan. There's a huge fight. First between Morph and Jean. Then we see a fight between Cyclops and Jean, Magneto and Jean. And then eventually the main Jean wakes up and she talks with Logan. Logan says how much he loved her, he loves him, and yeah. So we see that Logan really wants to be with Jean and that he's not happy that Cyclops took his place, to say it like that. Um, so then the main Jean wakes up and then she attacks with her mind because the doctor says that she cannot go out of her bed, that her body is not um, ready to fight yet. And then she says, "I don't need my body." So she actually goes into something like a new stage or something. Yeah, she just turns into, I think it was like a ghost or just her mind in a separate body. And then she attacks Jean through her mind, the Mr. Sinister Jean. So then Jean finally gets to her senses, the Mr. Sinister Jean. Then Cyclops and the evil Jean, who is now good again, go after Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister escapes, but then they finally get back to Nathan. But then we see that Nathan has a computer virus. Yes, and they don't know how to fix it, but Mr. Sinister escapes, so they go back home. And then We also see that, how is this guy's name again? Let me search it up. Then we see that Bishop, so the character is named Bishop, wants to go back to his main timeline because he's from the future, and he says that he can take Nathan to the future to cure him. Um Cyclops is not happy with that. Cyclops does not want to leave Nathan in the hands of Bishop, but Jean says that it is all good because there's no other option. Or Nathan dies or he goes with Bishop. So he goes with Bishops. Jean and Cyclops are really, really sad. But at least they know that their son is being cured, and that gives them hope. So I'm like, I think that was a really wholesome moment. And yeah, then we see Storm in a bar, and a guy comes to her who says, I'm a friend from Charles Xavier, and I know how to get your powers back. So we're gonna see them getting their powers back. And then the Mr. Sinister Jean, who is now good, actually leaves the X Mansion and says that she is going to start a life on her own as a new personality. So now we only have one Jean again, which is nice because it was a bit confusing who is who at some moments. Yeah, but now we only have one Jean, which is the main Jean and the good Jean. But now without Nathan though, so I'm really excited to see where this goes. I'm gonna give this episode a 9 out of 10. I love this one. See you guys in the next X-Men 97 video or another one, and bye.